Yo, what is up, guys? It's SKFC bringing you back another video. Sorry, I apologize. I know it's been a long wait. I've been having some video ideas I want to do, but with just some breaking news, kind of made me pivot for today at least. I don't know if I'll put out another video today or not, but you're at least gonna get this one. So anyway, what we're gonna be talking about today: Chelsea are in for what could possibly a major shakeup. I know, as you can see clearly on the screen, apparently reports have been festering about a split within the Chelsea ownership between Igbali and Clearly Capital and Todd Bowley. So obviously these have been Chelsea's ownerships for since 2022. And ever since they've been at the club, it's been a very, let's just say, interesting experience to see come forth. Obviously you look at everything that Chelsea have done since those two have been there, and kind of the lows that they've experienced since getting off of Roman Abramovich. And it's no surprise, really, that they've come to two blows over it. Because at the end of the day, when a club's not reaching its target, forget even football, just in general, when people aren't reaching, a target goal, it's going to cause issues, because you're going to need to find someone to blame. You're going to need to find something to blame. So I guess in that sense, it would make sense that you know they um, are at odds. And it's funny because when they initially first had the when they initially first came in, Todd Bowley was really in charge of things, at least for that first transfer window. And I know that his strategy at the time was trying to get Thomas Tuchel involved because he didn't want to, how do you say, do too much in terms of investing, and clearly he didn't end up doing that. So if you look at the transfers that he made, they don't really come off too well, even when you look at it. So I'm going to share that with you guys now, if you guys can see what I'm looking at. So right now we're looking at all of Chelsea's transfers, especially the ones that were made in summer of 2022. These are all of what's it called, of a Todd Bowley signing. So when you look at a Wesley Fofana, when you look at a Cucurella, a Sterling, Koulibaly, I believe Chukwumeka, Cassidy, Aubameyang. So obviously all the non highlighted ones are the players that came in at the beginning of the season. So yeah, when you look at all of these signings, especially the summer ones, Fofana literally just started playing consistently this year. Cucurella didn't become a consistent, semi decent performer until May of this year. Sterling's gone. Koulibaly was gone after a year. Chukwumeka's never been able to nail down a spot here. I don't think I've ever seen him play. And then he was only here for like 6 months. And I remember the time, I think Zakaria was like one of the better performers specifically in this season. So, you look at those things and, obviously you say to yourself, okay, well, none of these signs really came off looking all too well, except, yeah, none of these signs came off looking too well. And then when you look at the signs that came in the winter time, so you look at your Enzos, your Mudriks, Badiashile, Madueke, Gusto, Santos, Fofana, and Ja Felix. This is when Egbali and Clearly really started to get an increasing amount of influence over the club, because they were the ones that really wanted to take the club in the young, player direction that Chelsea are famous for right now. So, and then you look at these transfers and you kind of look at, how these have coming off. Enzo Fernandez is still always 50-50. Some people love him, some people hate him. In terms of his transfer, Mudryk has been, I would say, a complete flop, to be honest. 70 million euros, complete waste, to be honest. Body Shield, he was really good during his initial half season there, and then he just kind of has been injury prone and been fizzling out. Madueke struggled to be consistent. He's starting to find some consistency this season, but we'll see if he's able to um, continue down that trajectory. Gusto has probably been the best transfer in this specific window, just because he came in and he was supposed to be covered for Reece James, but he ended up playing so much due to Reece James's injury woes. Santos is not nailed on his first team squad. Fofana is never gonna nail down a first team spot. João Felix left and came back. So when you look at the outgoings, right, you see Jorginho left, team what's it called? It's left in the summer and winter time. Werner left in the summer. Lukaku left for on loan. Batshuayi left. So when you look at the ingoing and outgoings, honestly, between the two of them, I won't really say like they've hit two successful transfers in Gusto and maybe Fofana. We'll see. Fernandez, like I said, is 50-50. And when you look at and then overall, so they ended up spending 630 million between the two of them. And when you look at what they did the season after, so you can see and Kuku was already signed. I think even before. I think he also would count as a Todd Boehly signing. I'm not sure when Chelsea signed him again. I wasn't sure if it was summer of 2022 or January of 2022, but I definitely know he was not an Ighbali signing, which you could kind of tell by the age profile as well. And everybody else is more of an Ighbali signing. So when you look at everything that's going on here, right? You look at the signings. Obviously, Cole Palmer is the standout. You see all the outgoings that they were able to get that summer as well, and similar thing with this summer as well. When you look at all of this, and you look at the situation that they find themselves in right now, if I were to just give my 2 cents as to who I think would be a better fit going forward, I'd probably have to go with Todd Boehly. Now, I would say this only because the whole like buying young players as assets thing, I feel like that gimmick only works for so long, right? Like you're gonna have to, supplement the young players that you have with elite experienced players. And it's something that Ibali has kind of shown that he's just not going to do. And Chelsea have a good core of young players. So it's like you don't really need more. And obviously, like they're gonna be paying, money on these players for the foreseeable future. So it's kind of important that they can actually make sure that the team that they have can actually like shoot up the league. And the young players are just not consistent enough to be able to do that. So yeah, that's why I would go with Todd Boehly. But obviously, neither one of them have really shown too much to prove that they actually know what they're doing in terms of being able to do this job properly. But that's just kind of my 2 cents. That's my opinion. So if you liked the video, subscribe to the channel. Give the video a like. Let me know down below what you think of the situation. Who would you have as the ownership if one of them had to go? And have a good day.